welcome back to the channel. So I am basically going to be doing a Dr. McDougall day. It's going to be really interesting to look through some of the recipes because I have a ton of these cookbooks and I don't use them. So it's really kind of sad because I have some of his, really old school ones too. It's kind of nice to go back to them and make some recipes once in a while, but I have not done that. So today is the day I'm going to look through them because I'm at the stage now that I'm older where I need to justify all of the junk that I have. I have too much junk everywhere already that I actually need, like all the millions of supplements that I have behind me, that I don't have the ability to keep more junk than I need. So if I'm not going to be using the cookbooks, they may have to go. So I decided I'm going to do a video of his recipes. I'm going to look through many of them and see which ones that I want to make. Hopefully I don't have to edit them too much because then it's not really his recipe. I'm not really sticking to, his actual recipe. So I'm not the greatest at following recipes. This is why I make these quick and easy meals. I pull things together really quickly because I just don't have time to fuss. So this is going outside my comfort zone. So let's see if we can find some easy recipes. So I'll show you each cookbook that I use because I do have many of them. And that way, if you have them or you can find them maybe used on Amazon or in a local bookstore, then you can pick them up. So let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you again for being here this week. So we are going to be doing a Dr. McDougall recipe day again, since you guys really seem to like it. And of course, I need to get through these cookbooks and see what I actually want to keep, and if I'm actually going to find recipes that I will use again. So here I go looking through the books, and I decided to just use this one for today's recipes. And it's just really, his quick and easy cookbook. It's a really, really old one, 300 recipes, low fat, the way Dr. McDougall cooks. So high carb, low fat, and really quite easy recipes, I would say overall. You don't need a ton of ingredients. The one thing I did notice, because this is so old, there are some things that maybe we can't find anymore, but you can always substitute it. It's not a big deal. So I decided to make apple cinnamon oatmeal for breakfast. It's really easy. I had apples, I have my oatmeal, why not? So in the recipe it asks for quick cooking oats. I don't have any. I honestly don't buy them that often. So I have my organic sprouted oats, and that's what I'm using. So it took me a little longer to cook it than what the recipe says, but I feel like these are healthier oats, so I'm happy to use these ones. And that's it. Like, I'm sharing the recipe with you so you can follow along if you want to. But really quick, really easy, and very, very nutritious. So would I make this recipe again? Yes, absolutely. It was very, very simple, very little ingredients, which is how I roll, and I really enjoyed it. It was very flavorful. You do not need any maple syrup or anything. I think in his original recipe, he has honey or something in it. Now, I'm allergic to honey, so I can't have honey, plus I'm vegan, so I didn't put that in, but honestly, it was just super sweet already. You don't need anything at all, which is really good because you can cut down on the
extra sugar. So this was definitely a winner. I really like this recipe. Okay guys, so now for lunch I decided to do the baked tofu loaf. This was really tasty. I did realize that I had too little of my tofu crumbled, so I did have to go get another block and crumble a little bit more just to follow the recipe. And again, this is where I ran into a little bit of a problem. I don't have right now any quick cooking oats. Sometimes I do buy organic quick cooking oats because I like it for my loaves, to be honest. Combining both types of oats for my own homemade loaves I find works best, but I didn't have any. So this is all I had, was this sprouted organic oat mixture or oats. And so I decided to just use this one. Now, I will make this loaf in the future again, but I'm going to change a little bit of it. So I decided that next time I make it, I am not going to just add the oats in. I'm going to actually process them in the processor and break them down because everything will mix up so much better. So that's where my mistake was when I made it. I just followed the recipe, but again, I did not have the exact oats that Dr. McDougall is asking for, so I think that's where I went wrong. So I'm just showing you all of the spices that I used in my loaf. Now, I don't think it called for paprika. No, it didn't. But I like to add paprika in pretty much everything. You guys know that about me. So I did go ahead and add that in. I also added a little bit more of my sugar-free ketchup than what is called for in the recipe because I felt like I needed a little bit more moisture. It was quite dry. And my tofu is not, like, maybe if it was a medium tofu and it wasn't like a pressed tofu, a firm one, then again it would work better and it would add a little bit more moisture, but I found it a little dry, so I added a little bit extra of the tomato, the ketchup, and that seemed to help a lot with the binding. And then of course my spices, mixed everything together, and then it went into the loaf pan and I just lined it with some parchment paper and I baked it in the oven following the recipe. And it was really good. It was really tasty. I really liked the flavor of this loaf. And like I said, I will make it again. But again, I will modify it by adding it to my processor if I don't have quick cooking oats, because the oats were a little bit too big and they were really hard to kind of stick together in the mixture. So it kind of fell apart on your plate. And I like my loaves to be more firm. So that's a preference thing, and I will definitely change that next time. But the recipe itself was really tasty and really healthy. You cannot get a healthier loaf than this. It's high protein, it's very, very filling, and I was really happy that I tried it. So I wanted to make a healthy gravy, so I did a fat-free gravy. I got this recipe from his website, and it's just super easy, honestly, very little ingredients, as always, and I whipped it together in no time at all. I had lots extra as well, which is really nice to put on rice or potatoes afterward for another recipe. So I made that to drizzle on top of my loaf, and it was so yummy. So as you can see, the oats are a lot larger. It's not really like blended in super well into the tofu. You can just see by looking at it. Again, next time I think I will solve that by processing it a little so that everything can mix a little bit better. But again, the flavor was great, but let me show you what happened when I cut it. So yeah, some of them held together better than others, but then other pieces, yeah, they just kind of fell apart. Flavor wise, yeah, with my gravy it still tasted good, but appearance wise, not so hot. So just modify it like I'm going to in the future, or let it, like, just get the quick cooking oats and save yourself the grief, and that way your loaf can stick together a little bit better. So I had all the ingredients for the creamy pumpkin soup, so I decided to do that. I always roast a lot of pumpkins in October and I keep them in the freezer for the whole year. And now we're going into the season again. I'll do the same thing this October into November, roast a whole bunch and then freeze them for the rest of the year. But yeah, so I have 2 packages like this left in my freezer. Perfect timing because now I can restock my freezer with more pumpkin. So I decided to just do this yummy soup, very simple ingredients, and it looks like a very healthy soup. So yeah, I just use my own pumpkin instead of getting a can of pumpkin. So if you want to use canned, then go for it. That's still very healthy as well, but I had my own, so that's what I used. So I will add less curry powder next time when I make it, because I will make it again because I thought it's a really quick and easy recipe, and when you're in a pinch, this is a perfect recipe to make when you're hungry, you don't know what to make. Especially if you use the canned pumpkin, there's no excuse to stop at a fast food place. There's no excuse to eat junk when you can pull together a lovely soup like this. So I will definitely make it again, but I'm not going to use as much curry powder. I found that the recipe called for a little bit too much, in my opinion. It was a little bit too strong. It still tasted good. I still ate it up, but I think I'm going to adjust that slightly and put a little bit less. And that's pretty much it. That was the only thing that I would do. I found it slightly watery, so I might also cut down on some of the water. Now, this is a preference thing. Some people like their soup super runny, and some people like it a little thicker. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. So next time I'm going to cut down a little bit on the liquid so that it could be a little thicker, and cut down on that curry powder just slightly, and then it will be perfect to my desired liking. So again, customize any recipe, whether it's my recipe or Dr. McDougall's. We have to make it, see if we like it, and you know what? Customize it. You can change things again next time you make it. It's not set in stone. We can make it our own, and that way it's more enjoyable. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Very simple ingredients. I'm including the recipe for you guys so you can see it. So guys, that is it for today's video and for the Day of Eating Dr. McDougall recipes. I am really enjoying these cookbooks so far. I'm really enjoying looking through them and finding recipes that I might like to try. I'm really enjoying the fact that they don't have a million ingredients and that they are actually budget friendly, because a lot of the ingredients in these recipes are actually things that we have on hand at home. So that is a real plus for me. As far as eating out all the time and when you're, really short on time and you need to pick up something quickly, you're wasting a lot of money because things are so expensive at the grocery store that are already prepared. And also, they're obviously not as healthy as cooking things at home. So when you have meals like this that you can pull together in like 15 minutes or less, like that is a real win. Like this soup is really taking no time at all and it's really nourishing and healthy. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this little experiment. I'm really liking looking through the cookbooks. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching what I made. And yeah, let me know if you try out some of these recipes. I am including them for you so that you can try them as well.